Hi guys, I just want to give a quick rundown on how to help newbies when they're first starting on warmane, because there are, in my opinion, a few things that you'll want to change about your interface, first and foremost, just to make it just a better experience. Firstly, I would definitely suggest playing a little bit further out on the camera. Now, warmane has this thing here where you by default have the global chat enabled. I recommend that you immediately right click it and move it to a new window. That way your chat is not flooded with that nonsense all day. And you'll actually have a clear chat box. And you can choose to move this window up or around or whatever you want, but it's your preference. The other thing I recommend that you do with this chat box, is also, this is, you don't have to do this, but I recommend it just so that you don't miss whispers. You create a new window, you can call it whispers, and now, but make sure that you go to the settings of this window and disable everything except for whispers. Now, whenever you get a whisper, it will be coming to this window, and you'll never miss somebody's whisper and have to message them saying, "Hey, what did you say to me?" Now, the other thing I also recommend for new people starting on warmane, immediately go to the menu and go to interface. You can choose to block trades. This is a personal preference. Some people will try to trade you often. First and foremost, I recommend the features, and enable both of these features. These are very good features, extremely good features. I recommend that everybody should be using them. If anything, they should be enabled by default, but it is what it is. The other thing I recommend, names. This one is more of a preference rather than more mandatory like features, but if you enable names of friendly and or enemy units, you'll be able to see their health bars, and this includes friendlies, which will show up in a dark blue color. Enemies will show up in red, of course, or they'll show up, if when it pertains to PvP, they'll show up in different colors pertaining to their class, such as white for priest, pink for paladin, green for hunter, etc. But this is a personal preference, so you don't have to do this. Action bars, definitely enable the extra action bars. Having extra buttons to press is very helpful. Now, I've already made extra keybinds that you can see on my setup. So the keybinds that you set up, that will be for your personal use, but you'll at least have these buttons available for yourself. And I also recommend, have show item level. Keep this on. Now, while it's not a requirement to play the game, of course, it will make your experience of the game much better because you'll be able to see the item level that Blizzard has set for every item, which it'll also help you understand context when people are talking about item levels and what item is better than other or inferior to others depending on their item levels. And I also recommend this, the class colors and nameplates. This is, like I mentioned earlier, if you have bars on, you'll be able to see the colors of the enemies depending on their class, to the corresponding class. Red for Death Knight, green for Hunter, white for Priest, pink for Paladin, brown for Warrior, yada yada yada. So, now this I believe is on by default. If it is not on, target of target, I also recommend that you checkmark that as well, because it's a very useful feature where you can see what a player is targeting.
Good day to you.
Now, none of these players are targeting anything, but you'll be able to, here we go, perfect example. This guy just targeted that NPC, and you can see that he's targeting him. So it's a very useful feature that I definitely recommend all players should have on. And I would say that just about does it. So if you're just starting on warmane and you're trying to maybe navigate through the complicated mess that you start out with, I think this is a good start. That way you have a more clear interface that you can interact interact with. Just if there's any other questions or anything that maybe details you want to know, just leave a comment below.